right, welcome back everybody to another edition of Dollar Bin Digging Finds. I do this as sort of my dollar bin pickups video that I do an article for comicbookinvest.com, as well as a short video that goes up on my YouTube channel, Rennavision. So hopefully you're enjoying this. Today, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of books. I didn't even think I was going to have one of these videos this week, but I did manage to hit 2 shops this afternoon. So these are the books that I bought for $1 at these 2 stores today. So hopefully you enjoy it. Please like, subscribe, hit that alert button so you don't miss any of the content coming to the channel. Hopefully you've already entered my giveaway, because today, Memorial Day, is the last day to enter. And get yourself a chance to get a couple of free books, a few G.I. Joe books that I'm giving away. And hopefully, you're enjoying the content. So if you just hang on for a second, I'll be right back to show off the small stack of books that I picked up today. All right, as I kind of teased in the opening, I really don't have that many books today. There's, I don't know, maybe less than 20. I don't know. I didn't get a lot because there wasn't a lot of dollar bin books for me to find today. Bad weather all weekend. I couldn't hit up any flea markets or anything like that to go hunting for books. So I just hit up 2 shops today just because it was a rainy afternoon and found a couple of things that I thought were interesting. I've been spending more of my money the last week or so on other pickups. So if you hang on till Thursday, I'll do a pickups video to show you all the other stuff I was buying instead of dollar books. But that being said, that's not why you're here. You're here to look at the dollar bin pickups that I have. But before we get to that, I just want to, promote one more time the new show that I'm doing on Tuesdays. Be recording this as well. This is Chasing Ghosts, where I'm just talking about a couple of, impossible to find comic books, just books that are just ones you never see, and just, talk a little bit about them. Why are they so hard to find? What's the print run of these things? What are these kind of selling for? Just general information, whatever I seem to know or happen to know or happen to research and find out. I've taken a couple of viewer suggestions, and I'm tweaking the format a little bit from last week, where I just did 1 book and you guys knew exactly what it was. This week, I'm going to do 3 books, and I'm not telling you what they are before we get started. So if you want to know what they are, you're going to have to, check out the video. And that being said, hopefully you're enjoying it. And as you can see, I take feedback. I take, suggestions to heart. One of those suggestions I'm doing today while doing my dollar bin finds. One of our viewers over in Ireland, Ronan, you suggested that I actually put up the books that I'm showing and leave them up so this way you guys can see them after I'm done talking about them, because I kind of flash them and looking down a lot. That is very true. It's a very good and useful suggestion. So I'm going to see what I can do and see if I can just show off some books for you. Now, like I said, don't have a lot, but I do have 2 categories for you today. I'm going to start in with the artists. As you know, I'm a fan of art and artists, and so these are books that I just pick up just because of the cover art or the artist involved in the book. And the first one being, I did this last week. I grabbed, I think, issue 3, and same boxes. I found issue 2 randomly. So you know what? Well, for $1, I got nothing else going on. Here, Spider-Man 2. Yeah, Todd McFarlane. Tons and tons of copies of these, but it's still McFarlane Spidey. It's awesome. For $1, the hell, taking it home. Same thing with this Granoff Iron Man cover. I don't see this that often anymore, but I used to. So getting a little harder to find. It's not it doesn't sell for a ton. This is, under $10 book. You might be able to get it for $8, maybe $10 at best. But this Best Defense issue here is just one of those kind of like iconic Iron Man type images. And this is, copy could use a little bit of a press. The cover's got some dings and dents there, but yeah, for $1, I figured I'd grab another one. Why not, right? As I said, I didn't have a lot going on. I was digging through the boxes and just grabbing what was interesting me. And again, cover art a lot of times just catches my interest. And this is a book I might have passed over once or twice before just because I didn't want it at that time, and it was still there. And I'm like, well, I'll get it this time because nothing else is striking my fancy. Now we move to a different shop that I went to, and sticking on this art, this artist category, I got a couple Jenny Frison covers. Last week I found a whole bunch of her Red Sonja run, but today I found a couple of her run on Ghost, which I didn't really know that she did. Then my buddy Mike Morello confirms, like, oh yeah, she had a small run on Ghost. So I grabbed what I found, issue 5 here. I like Jenny Frison's art. There's something. Just something about it just catches my eye. Issue 6 here as well. I grabbed. mean, they got a kind of similar vibe, and you get that even with her, you know, her Wonder Woman run and whatnot. But let me move that Rick and Morty ship out of the way. That's coming back soon as well. And then the last one I got, not in order, I found number 8. So probably missing an issue here or there, but for these $3, you know, $1 a piece, why not? What I told myself. I like collecting artists, so this is just going to go in my Jenny Frison box, and yeah, probably stay there. Now, with that being said, the other books that I found, I might already have some of these because I've been grabbing these for ages, and I found some last week. I found a couple of more this week, and these are those Lucio Parillo covers on Warlord of Mars. This one being for number 16. Just gorgeous art, just fantastic. There was something different about the run that he did back then, to me, than the covers I see now. Like some of the covers I see now, I don't know, maybe they're more polished, whereas some of these from, what is this, issue 18? I don't know, I mean, they're all painted, but there's just something a little bit looser, and I don't know, there's something different about the style here. I don't know, but I dig it. And yeah, one could say it's a bondage cover, I guess. I think that's how I saw 1 or 2 listed on eBay, people trying to sell that, but yeah, so 18 was another one that I thought was you know, I'm not leaving there for $1. These gorgeous covers, and these usually sell pretty well. Sometimes there's some high asking prices. I think there's a set of like 16 to 20 or something like that. There's like a half dozen of these covers in a run, and somebody has up for, you know, $200. And I say it's not a crazy price because I've seen these sell. These types of books, they're very, very inconsistent with how they sell. Sometimes you can get them for $5, $10. Other times copies sell for $30. It really depends on what's out there in the market available at any one time, and you know, somebody's need and desire to, you know, complete a run. And the last one I got is 24, also from this Warlord of Mars, and that's again just gorgeous, gorgeous painted art. I love it. And those are all of the artist books that I grabbed, yeah, for $1 today. So we're hitting my randomness category. And speaking of the randomness, the first thing being, this just caught my eye because I looked again at the barcode. I have just a habit of just looking at barcodes. I'm looking for newsstands, I guess, and just particular times. So this Ghost Rider 67, which nothing really special about this. I mean, it's a Gambit Ghost Rider crossover. But if you look at the barcode, I saw the only $1.50, which reminded me of the only $1.50 barcode I saw on those Gargoyle newsstands that I bought. So I thought that this was a newsstand as well, and it turns out this is the newsstand. So it's not the direct edition, which would say direct edition. Here it says only $1.50. That's what the newsstand versions say. So that barcode caught my eye, and I think there's only like one up, and I think it's up for like 18 or 20 bucks or something like that. So these types of things are hard to find, and people are collecting these oddities, especially newsstands in this later kind of like 90s era, because there are definitely less copies. Don't be fooled to buy all the stuff from like the early 80s and say, well, it's newsstand. Yeah, most of the copies were newsstand in the early 80s. So just, you know, there's resources out there that tell you, like, you know, estimates, and everything's estimate. We don't have exact counts, exact numbers on any of this stuff. We're just relying on the information that's available to us all out there, and just also going off of what you see yourself. So when you look, you can find plenty of information out there on when, you know, the newsstand to direct market changes. And just don't buy into just how an eBay listing listed, because, you know, a lot of people are there, they're just trying to sell you something. So don't always just trust the tagline. On that note, the next thing I bought, it just caught my eye because it was like a weird, you know, reminded me of Animal House. And this Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 7, it's like, you know, they're having a pillow fight. It was, you know, completely inappropriate, I guess, but I don't know, caught my eye. I thought it was kind of interesting, so I bought it. Don't have it. And like I said, it just reminded me of Animal House. I was surprised to find this one in the box because I remember this next book being hot right before was it Far From Home. Like all the teaser images we saw Far From Home, like, oh, water, Hydroman's coming. So to find Amazing Spider-Man 212 and a pretty solid copy, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. To find this for $1, I was pretty happy. I was pretty stoked to find this. So for $1, I'll take this first Hydroman. I think it still sells for a few dollars, but it definitely doesn't have that same cachet that it had pre-release of that movie when everybody was hoping and speculating, oh, it's Hydroman, and it turns out it was all just Mysterio anyway. But that being said, still solid Spidey book, and solid villain to have a first appearance of. Next up, just randomness. I'm not even going to spend too much time on these two. I've talked before about Larfleeze, how much I do like him as a character. So I went back, and when I passed these up for $2 a couple of weeks ago, now they were $1. So 8 and number 5 could go towards my Larfleeze run, which I'm still filling out slowly. So grabbed a couple Larfleeze books. Nothing special about them. They're very cheap. You can find them, online, but I just don't see them at any stores personally. So that's why I'm just slowly picking them out when I find them in dollar bins to complete my own run, because I'll pay $1 for it, but something I just don't see, and I like to have a run before something happens with a character. This was old spec here. This Guardians of the Galaxy 22, I think it was like Planet of the Symbiotes, all during the Donny Cates run. All these things kind of jumped for a while. I don't think this does anything anymore, but for a while there, this run of, I think it was like 21, 22, and 23 of this Guardians run where they went to the Planet of the Symbiotes of, for Venom, that got hot for a little while there. So I just remembered it. So for $1, I was grabbing a 22 because I think I have the other ones sitting around. I don't know which ones I have and which ones I have extras of, but I got a bunch of stuff I find like this, and I just piece them together, put them in a set, and maybe I can make a couple of bucks. I don't know. Figured might as well. And then this last one, again, I told you, I don't have a lot. Didn't buy a lot today. As far as Dollarman goes, I found some cool stuff, again, for my pickups video, but I'll drop that on Thursday, so you have to wait for that. But this was in a 50% off box, so it wasn't in a dollar bin, but it was only marked $2, so it cost me $1, so I count it. And this is Star Wars 15, which I've mentioned before. I think this is the second part of the Obi-Wan journals, and you got Black K in here. Good stuff. I still think this is stuff they're going to adapt. I'm in agreement with Marco that this is what they might be adapting for at least part of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show on Disney+. So anytime I find these for $1, they're going to grab them now. Worst comes to worst, it doesn't happen, and we're not getting the Obi-Wan journals. Well, I wasted $1. But I'll take my chances and buy it now. And like I said, that's really it. That's all I got as far as dollar bin books this week. So hopefully next week I find more books. I can get out there and do a little bit more hunting. But this is what I got. Once again, pickups. My regular pickups videos. I bought a bunch of Sandman stuff because Sandman's been on the brain. So if you want to check that out, again, that'll be dropping on Thursday. But hopefully you like this. So please like, subscribe, hit that alert button so you don't miss any of the content that's on my channel. I know it's short this week, but as I said, this is all I found today. I went out one day. This is one day's worth of digging at 2 shops that I was able to hit up on my errand runs this Sunday afternoon. So hopefully you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time.